Good morning, todos. Good morning, Vanessa. Nietos, whoever is watching these videos. Today we're gonna talk about something, someone that impacted my life as a childhood. See, growing up, I grew up in the Ramona Gardens projects with my uncle Jojo, grandma, and everybody. But today specifically, we're gonna be talking about Jojo. I want everybody to know who Jojo was, what he really meant. When I was a child, I was a petite child. I wasn't fully blossomed, and they thought I was gonna be a shorty, skinny pussy kid, you know. And Uncle Jojo used to control the projects, and in occasions he'll get chased. He fought the police. He caught the night, not him, but him and his friends right there outside the projects. They caught the night stalker. He went to the general hospital and he tried raping a nurse, and they caught him right there, right off the projects on the 10 freeway. And he used to tell me many stories on the bridge. They used to get up and fight with chains and knives, and he used to sell juice, and he used to be in charge, you know, called Jojo. Used to be a tough motherfucker. I remember one time they went into the house of my grandma, and the police came in, and he fought them all, Lopez and all that, and he fought them on in the staircase, and they ended up grabbing him and taking him to jail. He did a lot of years of his life in jail, especially juvie también, you know. He was down, you know. And when Jojo was out, he used to give us domingos, and we used to play in the couches, and if we take the $5 or the dollar and whatever, and when we got the money, he always made sure that we always won, and we'll go to Nico's, and we'll buy our popsicles, our saladitos, our sodas, our Cheetos, Doritos, you know, ice cream. Then we had El Matador next to my grandma's house that we used to buy nachos and raspados con saladitos, and we used to Doritos. I mean, we used to always, and Jojo, he used to be part of all that. He, aparte de being a gangster and being tough y todo, he used to always spread the wealth. He didn't care you were family or not family. He always helped out and always cared for people. He'll be playing dice outside and cartas, and we used to have two clothes hangers, and we used to get on top. We used to swing on them. We used to always be playing in the projects. My Uncle Jojo always had 10 speeds, and that's where we learned how to ride 10 speeds. There used to be big bikes. We had to literally get out on the car to get on the bike, and when we had to get off the bike, we literally had to jump off or tilt in a way that we almost fell, you know. And we used to be on Cruzado Lane, and it was nice. He gave Sandra a boombox, a big ass boombox with a radio, and we used to bump it. We used to do karaoke on it. We you know, we used to go into his room. Well, at least I did, and we'll get dollars and quarters, and sometimes we'll get like $5-10, you know. And once we get the money, we'll run outside and tell everybody. That's where I met one of my best friends, Trusty, Georgie, and me, Trusty, and we used to hang out a lot, you know. We used to run up and down. Then we had Caesar, Sporty, Lizard, Duke, Chino. We used to have a lot of friends. They used to be all the way outside, and Jojo had like a little boxing arena on the grass, and Jojo be like keeping all the homies in check, and always practicing, and always keeping himself in shape, you know. And it's like, it was nice, you know. And obviously he got to put the gloves on me and everything, and me, Trusty, me and Chino, me and Lizard, we used to box. Trusty was the smallest one, but the shortest and the smallest, but he was a tough little fucking kid. He didn't give a fuck. George's and Olga's son, and they were actually our next door neighbors, and he didn't give a fuck. He fought everybody as tough or tougher than me, you know. I used to be like scared all the time, you know. And Trusty, I was like step up to the plate, and we used to throw chingazos. And once that fear went away, me and Trusty, we used to just go at it all the time, you know. And Jojo used to bet against George and see who was downer. And we used to go 50-50, you know. Can't never say I won, I can't say he won. And those are our memories growing up. And we used to keep trucha for him. We used to call. He used to slang and put the jugo on the gas. And when we used to see him, someone would say "Jura" and throw the hueso. And we used to make sure we knew where he hit the jugo, and we get the jugo and hide it for him. And one time, right there in front of my grandma's and Georgie's, his grandpa dormía en el car, and we ended up finding him dead. He probably overdosed or something. Don't know exactly. And that was our first dead body. To them, it was their grandpa. And I don't remember a lot after that. Cruzado Lanes, there's the Virgin Mary. We had the square. We used to play hide and go seek, tag, and back then, the Perez, the Ramirez, my great grandpa, Mickey, Micaela, and mi abuelito Putalco, everybody would always be in the projects. And it was nice. It was nice growing up. And like I said, I always boxed, and I always Jojo always wanted me to be tough. He didn't want me to be a lame duck pussy, you know. So we end up moving away from the projects. The only one that still right on the projects was some of the Perez family members, and obviously Esther and my tia Rebecca and all them, they moved out. All the Ramirez, my tia Aurora con mi tío Javier moved out, and Gil, and everybody moved out. And my grandma moved out because Sandra got pregnant, and my grandma didn't want her to be a hoochie, toda la cosa, you know. And I remember I started going to El Sorvino, and it was cool for me because I knew everybody from the projects, and I was always boxing with them, and I grew up with them, you know. Like, we grew up in a different environment, and I know that our childhood was different than others, you know. But I never got into the projects, but I kicked it with them. I did everything I had to do, and I'm second generation, you know. And Jojo always looked out for me, and I always had my advisors and all. Well, growing up in El Sereno, I was going to El Sereno, and we started a riot. I used to start fights and all. And I remember one time, I had told Jojo, I was young. I had told Jojo to show me more skills, you know. And he was a Bruce Lee, karate kick vato, you know. He was always like, yeah, you know, always throwing the kick flip, and I used to tell him how do you do it, and going to school. Trusty ended up moving to El Monte, and me, Boo Boo, and all of us, Carlos, Snake, all the little youngsters, all the homies, todo with Listo and Medusa and Cisco, everybody, Lizard, and we all grew up right there, and it was nice because in El Sereno everybody was getting jumped, and the project everybody was getting jumped, and I was the only one fighting for myself, and nobody dared to fuck with me because I used to fuck up everybody, and everywhere. I remember the people from the project wanted to get me in the project, and I remember the people from El Sereno wanted to get me to El Sereno, and everybody will stand down. Everybody will stand down because every time they corner me, I have my own crew. I have my own friends, and no one dared to fuck with me because I was deeper than the hoods, the barrios, you know. Sereno was a little pesky, and the projects didn't compare themselves to me and my friends. You know, I knew everybody from Happy, fucking Rose Hill, Lincoln, Sereno, Metro, the projects. I knew everybody. I knew some Camotes, State Street. I knew just about everybody, and everybody always be afraid of if they did something to me, I wouldn't know how to react, you know. So what you call it? Jojo ended up getting busted, coming out, getting busted, getting out. And when we did the riots over there, we fought against Alhambra and all that. And vinieron chinos desde El Monte, from all over. Big vatos with cars and fucking deep and chains and everything. And we're about, I say about 50 to 100 of us. There were like 200-300. So we started calling the whistle, and we called everybody from the projects. And I remember Jojo was like, okay, we're all going already. And Listo ended up getting all the homeboys there, all from the Duke, the Condors, and you know, getting, because they were from that clique. They ended up showing up, and there was another like 50 right there. So we're like 150 to like 200-300, and they were old. They were fucking old people. We're like 14, 15. They were like 21, 22, 23, 24, you know? And I remember Trusty came, and George came. I remember everybody came, man. And we got in the middle of the field, and I'm the one that stepped up to the plate. I went up, and we were throwing out all the Asian kids and all that. And because we were fighting with them. And it all started because going home, we had Asians on Warwick, and me and them, we used to always fight. And they jumped me, and then we jumped them like 10 times, you know. So they, we jumped them like about 10 times, and they got mad. They got mad, and they called them for backup, and we still kept fucking them. And they were building those projects right there on top of the hill. And buenos días. And there were gonna be nothing but terrones and everything. And first we got in a fight with the Asians, then we got a fight with the blacks, and they ended up burning under construction. They ended up burning the place, everything. It does it 6 now. They caught up a lot of people y todo. Well, coming back to the riots, I remember that we used to fight all the Asians, and we end up beating the shit out of them. And on top of the shit out of them, Sorry, gotta clock in to work. We ended up beating the shit out of them that they didn't want to fight no more. They, after we beat the shit out of all them people, they're all from fucking Baldwin Park, El Monte, Arcadia. Fuck, they're all over. And like I said, they came deep. There was a helicopter though, and I stepped up to the plate, and I walked up to the middle of the field. Me and Boo Boo and Listo. We walked up to the middle of the thing because we're the ones that started the fight. So I walked up and I told them the fuck out of my school, and if they want to throw down, let's throw down. I remember all the homies and all the family, everybody was in the benches, and they were coming up where the gym comes up and to the side, where the bungalows are at. And we were fucking tough, but we were youngsters, and they were fucking old gente. And helicopter came, got in the middle of the field. I started throwing chingazos there, and it was a three-man fight. I remember Listo had one. He was a big one. I remember Listo was fucking biting him, kicking him. I remember Listo fucking just hitting him, you know, and I was fucking whacking the other guy. And the rumble started, and everybody met up in the middle, and all hell broke loose. And the helicopter police got there, and they got fucked over because they had cars, and we walked to that was our home, that was our school. So we ran and we walked through the school and all, and they didn't. They got impounded. They got abused. There. I remember I used to walk after that towards Warwick, right there by my dad's house, and I used to tell him, "What's up now? What's up now? You know, call him. You know, tow trucks made a lot of money, motherfuckers. You know." And I remember Jojo me bajó el orgullo and told me, "Nah, you know, just chill. You know, chill." And don't make a bigger thing. Jojo was always, even though he was a gangster, but he was always a peaceful person. I've seen him argue a couple of times, but never seen him fight. The only time I seen him fight was with me and the cops. That's it. And but he used to talk about chingazos and put us in shoes y toda la cosa. Well, after that, me and Jojo, we dated Antonieta and Veronica over in San Luis, and we went to Jarras over there in not Vegas, but Laughing. We ended up being on jet skis, me and Jojo with the girls, and Jojo, he's never been on a jet ski or never nada, and he always thought he was an Olympic swimmer. He thought he didn't know how to swim. And remember that in Jarras, like I said, I was underage and he was older age. I was like 17, like I said, and Vero was 21. No, I was 17. Vero was like 20 or 19, and so it was cool. We had a good time. We rented a room over there and bumped and grind. And after that, we went on San Luis. We used to go to Paparazzi, go to Rio Colorado, a bar. And after that, we went to go see Estrellita. And we used to go to San Felipe. Jojo got to use boots and a hat. We dressed him as a cowboy. Me, Danny, and we always joked around about his teeth se le cayeron and all that. We fucked up his relationship with Antonieta. But what really fucked it up was that Miguel got busted, and it was over. It was me and Vero were over, and Antonieta and Jojo were over. But it was nice. It was nice to see Jojo pick up and puro besazo, put a lovey love, and he used to like to dance oldies and or grab on, and he got to show me his side of life, you know. And like I said, me, Mario, and Jojo, Tavo, and Sal, and Miguel, we used to throw chingazos with the gloves right there in Live Oak on the garage. And Mario could take a hit, and me and Jojo, we used to go at it. Joe used to get mad, I'll be on PCP toda la madre. He fucking think he was Hercules y toda la cosa, and he used to come chingazos. He in the beginning, he used to beat the shit out of me, and he told me, don't cry, I'm not gonna play with you no more, I'm not gonna teach you no more. And I'm like, fuck it, get up again. And every times I felt like he hit me too hard, and he was like, step up, mijo, you're gonna stay behind. And after that, I ended up growing and being the tough motherfucker. And that's the time to say, come on, chinga. And we used to fucking go at it for like 5-10 minutes non-stop, just whacking each other. And he was a person that taught me how to not give up and how to have that extra level of fighting. And he used to tell me, if you slack off when you're like in your last wins, they're gonna fucking fuck you up. So you gotta learn how to protect yourself and get that extra win. So he taught me martial arts, how to block, how to conserve my energy, and how to hit people and constantly, but without getting tired. He taught me how to count my breaths, and when you hit, where to hit, how to hit, and use your kicks. You know, always taught me how to kick, fucking side kick. He taught me like the Mr. Miyagi. He taught Daniel's son like that. He taught me like that, and we used to go days, weeks, months fighting. And he taught me a lot. But he also taught me how to have respect and how to not be picking fights and all. And I remember he was gonna fuck up George, Caleb, and George was gonna get beat up by Bird, Caleb, and Jojo. And I remember Jojo used to fuck a lot with little Georgie, and Georgie came and broke the window, and Jojo will go over there and fuck with George. And George no le tenía miedo a Jojo, because George was big and strong, and he wasn't scared. So, and Jojo told me, ponte los guantes con George. And once I fucked up George respected. I took him to Salt Lake Park, and he got his ass beat up over there by a little kid. He was just a scary cat, you know? Well, coming back to Jojo, growing up, he started JC Dinettes. When my mom and my dad were getting separated, he tried unifying us, and Jose Luis used to work with us, and Miguel fucked up, he fell allá con Douglas, fucked up everything for Jojo, you know. But he wasn't really doing it for the money. He was just doing it for to keep my mom and my dad together. He loved my dad, and he got busted. He got out, and got out, and my dad was losing in San Fernando. And my dad needed someone to go to the city hall and rob a paper. And como siempre, Jojo will always step up to the plate. He took me, and we ended up robbing the paper. Todo. We celebrated too soon. When we got back, they knew who it was, what number, and everything. So it didn't work. But at least he was down. I was robbing bikes. And I used to tell him, come on, Jojo, you know, we need money for the casino, let's go rob some bikes. Me and Sniper used to rob bikes, and we used to sell them right here in Bell Gardens. That's where we used to sell them. We used to rob them in West Covina, El Monte. We used to rob them everywhere and bring them on this side, and we used to slang them. We used to get like $50, $100 for the bikes, and they had good bikes on that side. we never seen those kind of bikes over here, so we used to go rob them over there. And we used to have things to cut them, and Jojo always gives us a ride back. He'll take us, drop us off over there, and we'll rob like 2 or 3 bikes, and we'll throw them in the car, and we just swing back, and then we'll sell them. And then with the money we did, each one will get their fair share, and after that, Jojo will go to the casino, you know. And that's how I started going to the casino, because I used to invest my money with him, and most of the time we used to win. And growing up, me and my uncle Miguel used to have $100 fake $100 bills. We used to give them to the ice cream man, to elote man, and when all the kids were there, and we'd tell them, okay, everybody's gonna get an ice cream, and then give me the change and keep the change, you know, and we'll get so much money and give them a fake $100 bill, you know. They were real. And then we used to go to the laundry mats and change them. Well, Tia Pili, fucking Miguel, ended up not giving her the right $100 bills, and she got robbed by the money, about $1,000. And I told Jojo, you know, I can't see her, I can't face her no more because of fucking Miguel, you know. And don't worry me, how much money you got? I got nothing. Well, let's go rob some bikes, and we'll get enough money so we could go and play. So we ended up robbing like about 10 bikes, and we ended up getting like $300-400, eh? And we were doing a good job. On the last bike, we're right there in City Terrace where the kill comes down, right there where Rockwood is at. And there was a little youngster. Billy wanted a little bike for Patrick, and I seen a little bike, that tendita right on top of the hill. And I looked at Jojo, I said, fuck, if we get that bike, it's $50, probably $100. It's a nice little bike, and it's right for Patrick. And Jojo go, well, all right, I'll turn around, make sure that no one's there, and get that little fucking kid off the bike. I remember I got off, I got the bike with one hand, the kid was with the other hand, and the fucking kid grabbed on, and I ended up fucking socking that little kid. I felt sorry, but I ended up socking that little kid, eh? Y no soltaba, eh? And he would grab onto the tire, just kicked him, eh? And finally I fucking got the bike, but the mom, and he was from Rockwood, yeah, his dad. And they came out of a house, like literally 2-3 houses away. And that's where he lived at. They're robbing your kid's bike. And Jojo was parked around the corner, and where he was parked, that's where the house was at, where everybody came from. And Jojo, instead of like pulling up to me and get in the car or whatever, he told me, run, Manuel, run, Manuel. So I got on that little fucking bike, and I went down the hill, and I made it all the way down where the church is at. And I just looked up the hill, and everybody was running. I said, fuck this bike, yeah. I threw the bike away on this house. I just threw the bike and I fucking ran. I made it all the way to like fucking the main street, and Jojo was giving turns, making sure that no one was following us, and then he picked me up. I told fucking Jojo, how come you didn't fucking stop? When he goes, fuck that, they would have got my plates, and it would have been a big battle, and they were from Rockwood, and I want to battle with them right now, and I didn't want to beat them up, you know, whatever, you know. I was like, fucking Jojo, eh? And but we ended up going to a casino and winning back Billy's money, and I paid her back, and I thank God that I had an Uncle Jojo, that he was always there for me, and always fucking going above and beyond, eh? So after that, Jojo ended up getting Sandra, Jojo, and them. They ended up starting JBS. And I remember when Jojo got out, me and Maura met up with him and gave him some money. Not sure it was $1,000 or $2,000, you know. And we took him to the Commerce Casino, and he won. He won like $5,000, eh? And he was locked up in the fucking bicycle for like a whole week. Everybody was mad at me that why did I give them money, and they ended up moving away from Bow and over there on Mulberry, over by Whittier, and they didn't want me to visit them. They didn't want none of that because they wanted to keep them away from the casino. Then they're moving back. They end up he ended up fucking starting a business right in front of the casino. And he ended up hooking up with Janet, and I think he had the time of his life. He really loved her, and she really put up with all his shit and all his abusive and all. Eventually he got diagnosed, and then they ended up cutting his legs and fingers, and then right there in the hospital, I remember they threw him into the dungeon, and me, Janet, Jojo, and everybody ended up posting up a video and wishing him the best. And my mom had died already, and he really always loved my mom, and he ended up passing away. And we had an amazing, beautiful funeral for Jojo. And that's how I will always remember Jojo, the king of the project, king of the family, the person that me and him, we did a lot. We did a lot. He taught me a lot, and he spread a lot of knowledge to me, and a lot of wisdom, and he instructed me in a lot of stuff, and que no me deje, don't over abuse, and respect the elders, you know. Even though you could step on people or take advantage of people, don't. I'm really grateful that he taught me. I'm really, really grateful that he was one of my mentors and one of my uncles that I could always rely on and talk to, and when I had a problem or when I was mad, I could literally just tell him to take it to the backstage, you know. Well, that's how I remember my Uncle Jojo. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the conversation and the stories that me and Jojo lived.